Dad, are you eating the tomato paste?
I'm eating tomato paste. You probably asked me why. Because I like tomatoes and I like pastry, so it's tomato paste.
And we're back for another season of Fredside Chats.
Hi, everybody.
So, Dad, what have you been up to since July, all those months when I was last home?
I've been up to, well, not the same thing, watching the news on TV, listening to people yelling and screaming at each other, reading a lot. You'll notice where I have books carefully stacked up behind me. Those are just books I read this morning while you were sleeping.
And I know you've been watching The Queen's Gambit.
The Queen's Gambit, everybody loves The Queen's Gambit. I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to say it. I happen to be a prodigy at chess, and for all the moves they make there, I win. And every time I make the right move, I would have whipped her ass.
All right, thank you. He is going to be showing you how to make his famous chili, and famous, within the four of us in the Lapidus family. And, unfortunately, the COVID cases may be rising, but fortunately for us, the temperatures have been lowering. So that means chili in the Lapidus home. So are you ready to show them your...
I'm going to take you right in there, step by step. By the time you finish watching, you'll be able to make your very own tomorrow.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go for it. Everybody, follow me. Okay, hi. Welcome, everybody, to Fred's cooking class. This is an introductory one. Everybody should have something to be remembered by when they're gone. Gone means dead. My grandmother was known for her peanut butter sandwiches. She was outstanding making peanut butter sandwiches. We remember her for that. Some people are biologists. They come out with something that saves thousands of lives. Other people become billionaires because they invent a hedge fund. Me, I made chili. That's all I ever did my whole life. I want to be remembered for the chili. So here we go. The prepping was done in advance. If you're not used to cooking terminology, prepping is not prep school. It means you got everything ready. Why do you have it ready in advance? Because you don't have enough patience to watch me do this. So I do it before you tuned in. Now I'm going to do it. I'm preheating this big pot. And you ask me what preheating means. It means you turn the flame on, you put a little olive oil in it, and you wait till it gets hot. Then when it gets hot, is it hot? Well, I'm not going to put my finger in there, but I'm taking the ground meat. The Pierre Frandy, I don't know if you know him, but he learned everything from me. He calls for 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of ground meat. I only use 1 pound. Why? Because I think meat is not too good. You have to kill a cow to eat meat. This way, if you only have a half of it, you only have to kill a half a cow. So, you put the ground meat in. There you go. Oops. Now you hear the sizzle? That means it's working. Okay, so now you just break it up a little bit like this. The weird thing, the strange thing about chili is there are like 400 variations. Everybody has a favorite form of chili. You can have chocolate chili, chili without any meat in it. Some people have very simple chili. Some people love it super hot. So it depends on individual taste. They have chili cook-offs, contests in a lot of parts of the country. And then they print out the winning menu for that chili. Some people are really crazy about
it. Hey, Dad, Mom says the flame's too hot.
Some people are so nutty about their chili that they have to use special kinds of peppers, special kinds of this, special kind. I don't do that. Life is too short to stand in lines to get that. Okay, now, how do you know when the meat is ready? When it's no longer red. That's how you know. So next step, you have to drain it because you have a lot of fat that has to be drained out. So you move over to the sink. You take the cover to the pot. You leave a little opening. You tip it, you watch your fingers, you don't want to steam them, burn them, especially the one with the wedding ring. Okay, so now we got the meat drained. Next we have vegetables. I pre-cut them as I told you. I use 3 peppers. Could use yellow peppers, green peppers, red peppers, purple peppers, whatever. Then I take 1 big white onion, chop it up, throw that in. About 3 stalks of celery, pour that in. One more thing, and there's one other thing in there. I can't remember. Peppers, onion, celery.
Wait, Dad, before you pour that in, show the camera.
All right, here's all the stuff.
Walk up to it.
Oh, okay. See, that's what it looks like.
No, hold it.
Red on red, 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 a lot of red. Okay, mix it in, and we're going to put in a teaspoonful of about, everything is rough in the numbers, I don't do it exactly, but a teaspoonful of garlic. The nice thing is you can buy the garlic already chopped up. In the old days, you'd have to sit there and keep pounding away at it. It was a pain in the neck. All right, so you're just warming up the veggies. You're not really cooking them very much because the whole mess is going to be simmering on the stove. All right, so you let that cook just a wee bit, not much. Then, next thing, you got your mix of spices. I use roughly a teaspoon of some oregano, tablespoon of oregano. I use chili powder. I use 3 tablespoons of chili powder, a little salt, a little pepper, a teaspoon of cumin. I love cumin, very sharp. And what makes the stuff hot, pepper flakes. If when you're all done, it's not hot enough for you, add pepper flakes.
Can you show them your spice bowl?
Here's my spice bowl, all put together. Here it is. Take a look. Ha ha ha! Don't breathe it. Isn't that beautiful? That gets mixed in too. Okay, so now stewed tomatoes.
How much stewed
One
tomatoes?
8-ounce can, that's number 1. Another can of stewed tomatoes, that's number 2. Stir that in a little bit. I chop it up a little because break up the tomatoes, make it a little easier to eat. And now, to make that a little more solid, I put in tomato paste, about a half a small can of tomato paste. Or a couple of globs of it, doesn't matter. I love tomato paste. I use it, in fact, sometimes when I brush my teeth, because it's very healthy. Okay, now, now we need fluid, because it's going to be dry otherwise. So, for fluid, a cup of beef broth. You don't have beef broth, just use a cup of beer. And I double it because it has to be very wet. Now, the secret that I learned over the years, do not put the beans in. Don't put the beans in till it's all done. Otherwise, it makes it thick and it makes the beans gaga, like sponges, so you don't want that. Okay, so now mix everything again, put it on a low flame, and let it simmer. We're going to let it simmer for 17 minutes. 18, 16, but that's approximately what you want. Okay, we got here. So you keep your eyes peeled, and we need more fluid. That's not going to be enough, especially when we get the beans in there. So we'll add some water. There, now. Okay, so now we're going to let it simmer for about 17 minutes, but once we see it simmering, we start timing it. It's got to heat up enough for that. It's not there yet.
Looking good.
You'll see it begin to simmer when it begins to bubble slightly. Okay, when you're ready to serve it, the first thing to remember is chili always tastes better the day after you've made it. The next day it's always better. For some reason, probably because it absorbs all the goodness, the spices. Number 2, when I get ready to serve it, I like to put some shredded cheese, cheddar cheese, something sharp on top. Some people like a little dollop of sour cream. I like to get chips, not your potato chips, but that kind of chips that you get in the store, dipping chips, beer chips, whatever, to go with it, and rice. Some people don't like rice, they want the chili plain. We like it with a little rice on the bottom and the chili on top. But, you know, everything is up to your individual taste. Okay, welcome back. We let this simmer 15, 17 minutes. Everything looks great. We've drained 2 cans, 8-ounce cans of beans. I like the red kidney beans. You have to drain them or you get a lot of junk in there, like stuff you don't want. So to drain them, we're going to put them in because we're going to heat it up later to eat, so we're not putting them in right now. But just before we go to warm it up, we'll put the beans in it. Now, when we go to serve it, we'll have grated cheese. I like cheddar, it's nice and sharp. You can put a little on top if you like. If you're keeping kosher, you don't want to put any dairy on it, so let that go. And then, to go along with it, we have chips. You can have any kind of chips. These are blue corn. I never saw blue corn grow. However, when you go out with a cornfield, sometimes you hear something called Indian corn. All colorful stuff that nobody ever eats. I don't think the Indians ate it. You can't call it Indian corn. You gotta go First Peoples corn. So next time you go out to a farm, you say, can I have some First Peoples corn? And you get your ass kicked. Anyway, we'll serve this with it, and then enjoy. And if you want to come back for another class, let me know what you would like, and I'll prepare it for you. Let me know what kind of music you like. I'll have it in the background. If you like your chili, let me know you liked it. I'll make more. I'll make other shit for you. Goodbye and enjoy. Manja, manja.
Can you show us your chili?
A chili. Manja. Isn't that beautiful? You can't even smell it though, but it smells great. Take it from me.
Is that tomato paste on your mustache?
Yes, no, I'm changing the color of my mustache. It used to be gray. Now I'm making it a little red.